should have looked up which way to go. Alright, so today I am wandering to an abandoned skate park. It's actually not very far from my house. I did not know of this skate park, but what I currently am using in order to find things is Atlas Obscura. If you don't know what Atlas Obscura is, I highly suggest checking it out, especially if you're from a larger city. It tells you all the weird things that the tourists don't really know about or go to. There is some on there that you're like, everybody knows that one, but there's some really cool things. So I don't think I gave myself very much time to get to this because I have another thing to do, but let's see if we can find it. Okay, I realized I was in the wrong parking spot, so we're doing this again. More hills. You'd think I'd be more in shape. Maybe by the end of this whole thing, I'll be very in shape. So, if you're wondering, so technically I am now on Royal Botanical Gardens property, but it's still part of the Bruce Trail. If you don't know, the Bruce Trail runs from Niagara Falls to Tobermory. It's kind of like the West Coast with that Pacific Trail that everyone likes to do. It's kind of one of those. It takes like a month to hike from end to end. You know, if you guys get me enough views to quit my job, we'll see if I'll do it. Just kidding, never. Seriously? Whew. Now I've got my water in the car. Okay, I see concrete. Should we see? Should we see? Alright. Atlas Obscura mentions that there might have been a house here. There's definitely some kind of dumping been happening. There's like a bed frame, and yes, here we are. So the women walking over there, I passed to go off the trail, so clearly if I had just kept going, I would have been fine. Definitely some teenagers clearly come out and hang out here, or anyone. I shouldn't claim it's a teenager. There's a barbecue. It is an interesting thing of why would you put a skate park that's very hard to get to. It just seems like it would be hard to maintain. You're almost just asking for trouble, not to generalize skaters, but just to generalize anywhere that is built into the wilderness to just hang out. But it is cool, and I had no idea it was so close to me. Hopefully you can hear me. I haven't done this with it so far away. But yeah, so I might have mentioned, I might have at this point cut it out, all depending on if I was rambling. But Atlas Obscura, as well as Narcity, to do in Toronto. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I've been researching, finding through online sources in order to find these places. So I highly recommend you checking out when you're near you. This is 15 minutes from my house. I had no idea. There's a few other things that are 15 minutes from my house. This is on my drive home from work. I pass the trail 5 times a week and I had no idea. So very cool. Highly recommend you get out there yourself and see what's around. If you are in the Toronto Hamilton area, obviously let me know and I can send you some of these links, or obviously you can find them yourself by watching the videos. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up that I'm trying to do, but also if you know something that is not as well known, it might not be on those sites, please let me know. I'm willing to drive anywhere that is 3 hours in one way, 3 hours in another. If it's a really big thing, totally cool to stay overnight. So thank you for coming on this adventure. Hopefully I can get back in time, and I don't know when this video is going to drop, but I'm about to head to Abandoned Ontario Place. That video might drop first, but either way, when you're watching that video, if you want to know why I'm sweaty and gross, it's from this trip, even though I do have an hour drive to Toronto, so maybe in that time I'll clean myself up. So, thank you.